Hi and welcome to my completed pages video for May 2025. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Ina. If not, welcome back. At the beginning of the month, I planned more pages for May than usual. And as fate would have it, I got sick and couldn't do any coloring for 1.5 weeks. Nevertheless, I managed to complete 9 pages, which I'm very happy about. In total, I've already colored 50 pages this year, and I was able to check off another page from my goal of 25 pages in 2025. I started the first page in this Disney coloring book at the end of April, featuring Luca from the movie of the same name. I colored this page using only non-branded colored pencils. The next page is from the book Tritopia by Vex. I colored the background with Jackson watercolor crayons. In this linked video, you can see how I colored this and 2 other backgrounds you'll see later in the video with the Jackson crayons, and I also share my thoughts on them. In addition to the Jacksons, I also used water-soluble wax crayons from Herlitz for kids. I colored the oil with my Castle Art Soft Touch and Harmonious pencils and added some details with a silver gel pen. The next page is from the book Vintage Flowers, The Language of Flowers. I colored the background on these lilies of the valley with Jackson watercolor crayons and Herlitz crayons. For the flowers, I used my Castle Arts gold colored pencils, and for the frame, metallic watercolors. Since May is also known as Mermaid in the coloring community, I really wanted to color 2 or better 4 pages in Magische Meerjungfrauen, Magical Mermaids, by Crystal Vogel, and I did it. I started with this small illustration of a crab. I primed it with my new Ecoline brush markers. I've also made a video about these markers. Afterwards, I colored the small scene with Castle Arts Soft Touch pencils. Before we move on to the next page, here's a translated little story for you. Dancing on the rope. It's not so easy to balance or dance on a rope, said Crowstar, the little crab, with a slightly smug smile. Humans can do it very well, I've seen it myself on the beach. What humans can do, we've long been able to, replied Meagana, the beautiful large mermaid. Come on, stretch a rope. Quickly, a long rope was fastened to the stems of the water plants, and they were ready to start. From all around, big and small mermaids swam over because many wanted to show their skills on the rope. Oh, what a crowd! With shouting and laughter. Many tumbled off the rope, but most managed to walk lightly across with two or even just one fin. Some mermaids even crossed the rope simply on their hands. The little crab could only stare. We had never thought that the mermaids could balance so well on the rope. I also primed the next page with Ecoline brush markers, as well as Woohoo for You brush markers. Then I colored it with Castle Art's Soft Touch and Castle Art's Harmonious colored pencils. For the background, I used soft pastels. And for details, I used a white Sakura jelly roll and glitter gel pens from Avec. In addition to this planned page, I wanted to color another page in this book and choose the bath night scene. For this small illustration, I used Ecoline brush markers, Castle Art soft touch pencils and gel pens. For the other page, I also used Woohoo for You brush markers, Castle Art's Harmonious pencils, and soft pastels for the background. When I had only the bath foam and background left to color, I wasn't sure whether to color the foam white with gray shadows or to add some color. But as luck would have it, I read the story next to the picture at that moment and found my answer. Here's a translated little story for you. Bathing night. When the full moon appeared high in the sky, the mermaid queen would take a bath. This always caused great excitement in the royal court. Especially the bath master Coco was always very nervous because everything had to be perfect. For example, the bath water couldn't be too warm so that the pink bath foam wouldn't lose its color. When everything was ready, the queen would proceed to bath. As soon as she was submerged in the pink bath foam, the candles were lit, and Bathmaster Coco gently let water flow from his long arms. A fresh towel, softened by the waves, was ready, and a bath brush was not to be missed, as the queen loved having her back gently brushed with it. The next morning, when a new day dawned, the queen was happy and relaxed. She rose from her bath tube and swam back to her chambers. Soon after, there was a hearty breakfast because such a bathing night made one hungry. Next, I continued with the book Die Abenteuer der Blütenelfen, The Adventures of the Blossom Fairies by Christel Vogel. I started with this small illustration of a fairy. The frame around is the same on all pages. And at first, I wasn't sure if I should color it too, but I decided to do it and noted the colors so I wouldn't have to decide each time. Maybe I changed just the color of the butterfly each time to match the rest of the page. For this page, I again used Ecoline brush markers for basing, then Castle Art Soft Touch colored pencils. I added a shimmer to the Fairies' wings with metallic watercolors and finished with some gel pens. On the page next to it, I also used Woohoo For You brush markers and soft pastels for the background. Then I have two whips. One is In Seasons by Hannah Carlson, which I started in the Jackson background video. The second page is In Meine Reise durch Asien by Rita Beermann, which I started for the Ecoline brush marker video. Except for the Disney book at the beginning, all the books were untouched. So this month I colored in 6 untouched books. Now I have only one book left that's untouched. My favorite page this month is this one. I love how the fairies' clothing seems to be made from blossoms. It created a limited color palette. I think if it had been regular clothing, I would have used more colors. Which page do you like best? I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!